Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods this morning as we sit 20 days, 12 hours, 32 minutes, and 14 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Seems like we've been waiting so long, and it seems like the time is just flying by. Our team right now, as we speak, they are in Hawaii. And, this is the great thing about the NFL. The NFL, you don't realize how much power an NFL player has. I've been fortunate enough to work with a bunch of really great ones and things, and the power that they have because I can tell a kid all the time, listen, man, it's important to get an education. You may be a great athlete, this, that, and the other, but make sure that you get that education because that's coming along with it. That's icing on the cake. And if you make it in the NFL and make tons of money, you don't need it. But if you don't, you got it. And it's in one ear and out the other. But yet, let Jalen Smith come through and tell him something like that. Those eyes wide open, those ears perk up, and anything they say, that kid will remember for the rest of their life. And so, the Cowboys being in Hawaii, I'm not crazy about the idea of our team going to Hawaii for a preseason game. That I'd rather them being, that time that they're spending traveling and everything else that we're focused on football. But you know what? It's a great thing because there are so many football fans in Hawaii, and it's sad that the Pro Bowl doesn't go back to Hawaii anymore. And I guarantee a lot of players wish the Pro Bowl would go back to Miami. Nothing against Orlando, but Orlando, Hawaii. Yeah, okay. So you've got Jason Witten and Jalen Smith, and giving away backpacks to kids with the Salvation Army, which is a great thing as we get ready for the next preseason game. Now, of course, we're going to be a little shorthanded. We got Amari Cooper, who's dealing with the ligament injury in his foot, and we've got, of course, Zeke Elliott is not in town. Zeke, of course, is in Cabo. But the good thing about this is Zeke Elliott apparently is staying in shape, or he's starving himself to death because he's down in the low 220s, which is lower than he's been in his professional career. Now, that's going to be interesting. So it should be that he has a little bit more speed than he had before. Maybe not quite as much weight to deliver a blow, but maybe we can cut down on some of the blows and just blow past people once we finally get this deal done. And I have no doubts about the Dallas Cowboys. Remember, the Cowboys talked about wanting to get that deal done and getting him paid like Todd Gurley. Now, of course, they kind of backed away and said, yeah, we want to get you paid, but not quite that high. And looking at Todd Gurley and wondering, is he on the tail end side of his career and did they pay too much? And that's where they're trying to get the numbers back in line for running backs. And it's actually sad when you think about it because there's not that many great running backs that are difference makers on the team. Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, Zeke Elliott, Alvin Kamara. These guys, there's truly a difference between them and your everyday running back, where you have teams that have running backs by committee. But unfortunately, their careers are very shortened because of what they do. They are putting a full career into 4 or 5 seasons. And the way the collective bargaining is set up, you're not getting to that second contract. At least not getting to that second contract where your body is like it was your first couple of years. And so that's where Zeke Elliott is fighting now for his money. But I have no doubt that the Dallas Cowboys will get that deal done, as well as my man, God, Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. Um, it's so funny how no matter what happens with Dak, everybody will twist it and turn it and say that this is a reflection on Dak Prescott. Because they haven't gotten the deal done with Dak Prescott means the Cowboys aren't really sold on him. Well, the Rams haven't gotten Jared Goff's deal done either, have they? Didn't they come out at the same time? Right? Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, all in the same draft. The Rams haven't gotten that deal done yet for his extension, even though Carson Wentz is done. But we don't hear anybody talking about how the Rams aren't sold on him. That maybe that's the hesitation that there are really other plans to replace him. I mean, they may be, but we don't hear about that though, do we? So, be that as it may, for all of you that hate Dak Prescott, I hate to tell you, Dak Prescott will be their quarterback here going forward, unless there's unforeseen circumstances, via Alex Smith. Now, preseason games last night. Redskins, Haskins got his first touchdown pass, 56-yard pass, deep pass. Great play. Looked pretty good there. The rest of the Redskins, not so much. They did get a pick six, which helped their score a bit, but they're definitely a team that needs a whole lot of work. And the Eagles, well, this is the thing you fear in preseason. 2 games, 2 quarterbacks knocked out. And let's take a quick peek at this, in case you hadn't seen it. This is the backup, Cody Kessler.
They're 2nd and 10. Short
early in the game.
Former Bears in the game. Now he is pounded.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's a veteran move there by Dayton Jones. Cody Kessler slow to get up. Jones is a guy who has had an up and down camp, but the former first-round pick of the Packers right there showed why he's likely to earn a spot.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you get a clear shot on the quarterback, you're supposed to do this. I don't know what the Eagles are doing.
They're 2nd and 10.
Never saw it.
Jordan Howard, the former Bears in the game.
That's what you don't want to have happen in preseason. You don't want to get anybody hurt or killed. Now, he's in the concussion protocol. He may be back, in a week. Who knows? Maybe longer. But if you are the Eagles right now, you're definitely not putting Carson Wentz out there. 2 games, 2 quarterbacks gone. And right now, Thorson, I think is his name, and Wentz are the only 2 quarterbacks that are on your roster currently. So now you got to look at signing somebody else as nothing, if nothing more than a camp body or the next victim. And this is where you start worrying if you're the Eagles. If those guys got knocked out, are we going to be okay with Wentz getting out there? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, for our Dallas Cowboys, of course, we got the preseason work. We'll probably see our offense playing the first quarter, and that'll be about it. Hopefully we'll go in and get some work and stuff done and get out of there without getting anybody's head taken off. I think we need the work. We've got a lot of new pieces and things, and I think one of the problems our Cowboys had last year was because we only had Dak play 4 series. We had all new wide receivers, and we saw Scott Linehan, and I know that offense was simplistic, but you still need that live action. You don't tackle in practice. You don't do full contact. And I believe that is part of the problem with a lot of the injuries. We put guys in bubble wrap, and then they have to go out and play having not been touched since the season before. And your body, I honestly believe, gets callous, gets used to taking those hits, gets used to playing in those games and things because of practice. But we get to the point now where we say, okay, you're a starter, so don't touch anything. And I think that's the problem. We used to practice for like 6 weeks, 2-a-days, and we were hitting, and then we'd hit some more. And when we got done hitting, then we hit some more. And it's not like that anymore in football, and I think that's part of the issue. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to seeing how our cornerbacks, because it seems like Jordan Lewis and Jordan Lewis, Xavier Woods, and Awuzie, as well as even Brown, all of those guys seem to be like they've been playing a little bit better in the game that we had last week as well as in practice. And we may be looking at all of a sudden our defensive backfield becoming another strength on that defense. We already know we've got the best young linebackers, We know we have a great rotation on defensive line, although we need to get these guys back and healthy. Marcus Lawrence, we need to get Tyrone Crawford, who is still on the pup list. And of course, we know we got a broken hand with Robert Quinn and a 2-game suspension. And whether or not Randy Gregory ever puts in for reinstatement, we need to get all of these guys together and back on the field so we can get ready to rock and roll. But other than that, tonight we've got the Cockroaches playing the New York Stinking Giants, and we've already got those guys talking about that team as a playoff team, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But friends, you're up to date with everything that is the Dallas Cowboys, as well as the Eagles guy getting jacked up. Bam! I'll see you guys later.